In today's Consumer Alert, millions of Americans who hit the road for Easter or Passover found it cost a little less to drive. AAA reports the average price of gas nationwide has fallen about 24 cents in the last 5 weeks to $4.09 a gallon. President Biden has taken steps to bring that number down, but even some of the president's allies don't like them.
As the Russian invasion causes instability in the global energy market, President Biden wants to ramp up domestic oil production. He is already tapping the nation's strategic petroleum reserve to help slash gas prices. And now the administration plans to resume selling leases for new oil and gas drilling on 144,000 acres of public lands in 9 states, even though Mr. Biden made this promise on the campaign trail.
No more drilling on federal lands, period. Period.
The Department of Interior called the decision to open up more federal land for drilling a balanced approach to energy development. But climate groups are furious. One group says while the Biden administration talks a good talk on climate action, the reality is they are in bed with the oil and gas industry.
Of course, another big priority is getting back to normal. Here on the South Lawn, the White House is welcoming about 30,000 guests for the annual Easter egg roll, which came to a halt in 2020 because of the pandemic. But already there are children waiting, and they'll be here all day long to take part in this tradition. And inside there are about 50,000 hard-boiled eggs for the Easter egg roll races with wooden spoons, decorating, and some egg hunts. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, the White House.
A corporate watchdog group accuses the nation's retailers of unnecessarily raising prices in 2020 and 2021. According to a new report from Accountable US, the top 10 retail companies, including Amazon, Target, Walmart, CVS, and Lowe's, collectively increased their profits by more than $24 million over the past couple years. Some consumer advocates allege retailers are using inflation to rake in more profit for shareholders. Meanwhile, renters are losing confidence that they'll ever own a home. According to a Federal Reserve survey released today, the average probability of owning a home at some point in the future tumbled to 43% this year. That's the lowest level since the Fed began asking the question in 2015, and only about a third of people surveyed with less than a bachelor's degree or who make less than $60,000 expect to ever own a home. That's down more than 10% from the past 2 years. 22% of households in the U.S. report they plan to buy a home, but now view renting as a better financial decision. Meanwhile, some people who had hoped to buy have been priced out of the market, forcing them to rent instead. And today's tax day. If you haven't filed yet, the IRS says requesting an extension may be better than rushing your return. The IRS expects to receive tens of millions of last-minute filings electronically and through paper forms. As much as 40% of this year's taxpayers are still unaccounted for. IRS experts are recommending requesting an extension versus filing now and having to amend your return later in the year, as that could prompt a review by the IRS. Up